The United Kingdom, a union of 4 distinct countries, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, was once a global empire, with far-reaching influence across the world through colonization. However, today, the UK finds itself grappling with significant challenges. The country is facing issues such as a deteriorating public health system, economic instability, and a government that some critics argue is running out of time. Several experts believe that a major contributing factor to the UK's decline has been the influx of immigrants. Some immigrants have even ascended to prominent positions within the UK. Regardless of the exact reasons, the situation will become clearer as we dive deeper in this video. Today, we are going to reveal 10 reasons how the UK has been impacted by immigration. But before we start, we kindly ask for your support. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Let's begin. Number 10. Rising crime rates. The debate over whether immigrants have negatively impacted the UK through increasing crime rates is a highly controversial and sensitive topic. In England and Wales, the arrest rate for black individuals was reported to be 2.2 times higher than for white individuals in the year leading up to March 2023. The arrest rate for individuals with mixed ethnicity was 1.3 times higher than for white individuals, while people of Asian or other ethnic backgrounds had lower arrest rates than white individuals. In recent years, you may have noticed that many immigrants have participated in large-scale protests, primarily in opposition to the internal issues of their home countries, blocking London's streets and causing damage to both government and private property in the UK. While everyone has the right to protest peacefully, there is growing concern over the increasing shift of these demonstrations toward violence, a trend that is not only observed in the UK but across Europe as well. While some left-leaning voices in the UK argue that immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than native citizens, they overlook the fact that the immigrant population is still smaller compared to the UK's native population. Nevertheless, the involvement of immigrants in crime is a matter of public debate. It's essential to recognize that everyone has their own viewpoint, but as with all things, there are 2 sides to every story, and it's important to consider both. Number 9. Language barriers. Language barriers present a significant challenge for many immigrant communities in the UK, affecting numerous aspects of integration in daily life. These barriers have an impact on education, employment, healthcare, and social interaction. Non-English speaking immigrants often place additional pressure on public services, such as healthcare and education. For example, schools may require extra resources to support students with limited English skills, while hospitals may need interpreters, potentially slowing down the delivery of services. Language barriers can also hinder immigrants' ability to fully integrate into the workforce, affecting productivity and communication. This often leads to segregation into low-skilled jobs or industries where English proficiency is not as critical, thus limiting career advancement opportunities. Some argue that the cost of providing language training and translation services adds to government expenditure. However, it is worth noting that many immigrants eventually learn English, and second-generation immigrants tend to speak the language fluently, thereby reducing long-term costs. Number 8. Political polarization. Immigration has been a driving force behind the increasing political polarization in the UK in recent years. This issue has divided public opinion, political parties, and regions, contributing to significant shifts in the political landscape. Immigration played a central role in the 2016 Brexit referendum, where concerns about uncontrolled immigration, particularly from the European Union, were heavily emphasized by the Leave campaign. The result of the vote to leave the EU was interpreted by many as a rejection of the free movement of people, leading to deep divisions between those who advocated for stricter immigration controls and those who saw the economic and cultural benefits of immigration. Political polarization surrounding immigration has also fractured major political parties. The Conservative Party has adopted more stringent immigration policies to appeal to its voter base, while the Labour Party has struggled to balance the interests of its traditional working-class supporters with those of its liberal, pro-immigration voters. Regional divides also emerge on this issue, with areas like London, which experience high levels of immigration, being more pro-immigration, while rural regions with less diversity tend to be more opposed. This geographical divide further contributes to the polarization of political attitudes in the UK, making immigration an enduring issue in elections and policy discussions. In conclusion, the politicization of immigration has not only deepened political and social divisions in the UK but has also fundamentally shaped the country's political discourse. Number 7. Overpopulation. The idea that immigration has contributed to overpopulation in the UK is a subject of heated debate. As of the 2021-2022 census, 16% of the UK's population had been born abroad, representing approximately 10.7 million people. While the foreign-born population has likely grown since then, reliable data is not yet available for the years beyond 2022. Critics argue that high levels of immigration have driven population growth, leading to issues such as overcrowded housing, transportation challenges, and increased pressure on public services. Urban areas like London have experienced higher housing demand, contributing to rising property prices and rent, which affects both immigrants and native residents. The rapid population growth is also said to have strained infrastructure, including schools, hospitals, and transport systems, resulting in longer waiting times and reduced service quality. Although overpopulation concerns related to immigration are frequently raised, the relationship between immigration and these issues is complex. Effective management and forward-looking policies are key to addressing the challenges that arise from population density increases. Number 6. Rise of xenophobia and far-right movements. The rise of xenophobia and far-right movements in the UK has significantly shaped the nation's political and social landscape in recent years. Far-right groups have exacerbated political and social polarization by using anti-immigrant rhetoric to rally support, which has led to greater divisions within society. The emergence of political movements like UKIP and the Brexit Party has pushed mainstream political discourse to the right, with topics such as immigration, national identity, and sovereignty becoming central to political debate. The rise of xenophobia has also contributed to an increase in hate crimes and discrimination against immigrants and minority communities, fostering an environment of fear and exclusion that undermines social cohesion. The influence of far-right movements has resulted in stricter immigration policies and diminished support for multiculturalism, further polarizing the country. In short, the surge in xenophobia and far-right sentiments has had a profound impact on the UK, deepening societal divides and influencing the country's political trajectory. Number 5. Cultural change and identity. Some argue that large-scale immigration has diluted traditional British values and customs, leading to concerns about the erosion of national identity. This sentiment is often driven by fears that the UK's cultural cohesion may be compromised as immigrant communities grow and introduce their own customs. While supporters of immigration assert that diversity enriches the nation by introducing new languages, foods, traditions, and perspectives, critics worry that too much diversity may fragment society and hinder social unity. Integration challenges further fuel these debates, with some claiming that immigrants have not fully assimilated into British society, contributing to tensions between different communities. Differences in language, religion, and social norms can lead to feelings of division and otherness. Populist and far-right movements have capitalized on these concerns, advocating for tighter immigration controls and leveraging fears about cultural preservation. However, others argue that immigration is an integral part of an evolving British identity. Historically, the UK has been shaped by successive waves of immigration, and many believe that diversity is now a core component of modern British society. Ultimately, while immigration has undeniably influenced cultural change in the UK, opinions differ on whether this change is positive or negative. Number 4. Pressure on the welfare system. Critics claim that immigrants place undue strain on the UK's welfare system by relying heavily on public services, such as housing, healthcare, and social security. However, research suggests that immigrants, particularly younger and working-age individuals, contribute more in taxes than they receive in benefits. Many immigrants work in essential industries, such as healthcare, agriculture, and construction, which support the broader economy and public services, including the welfare system itself. Despite this, public perception persists that immigrants are welfare dependent, particularly in areas facing economic hardship. This perception has contributed to social tensions and political debate around immigration policy. In response to these concerns, the government has introduced policies aimed at limiting immigrants' access to certain benefits, such as the no recourse to public funds rule. While these measures are intended to alleviate pressure on the welfare system, they have also been criticized for placing additional hardships on vulnerable immigrant communities. In summary, while concerns about immigrants burdening the welfare system exist, evidence suggests that immigrants are often net contributors to public services, and the debate is largely shaped by perception rather than reality. Number 3. Job competition. Job competition is frequently cited as a concern when discussing immigration's impact on the UK. Critics argue that immigrants increase the supply of labor, particularly in low-skilled sectors, leading to greater competition for jobs and downward pressure on wages for native workers. This is especially noticeable in industries like construction, hospitality, and agriculture. Some employers may prefer to hire immigrants, who are often willing to accept lower wages or work longer hours, which can contribute to wage suppression for British workers. However, studies have shown that while immigration may have a small negative impact on the wages and job prospects of low-skilled native workers, the overall effect is limited. Furthermore, many economists argue that immigrants often complement, rather than compete with, native workers by filling jobs that locals may be unwilling to do or by addressing labor shortages. The broader economic benefits of immigration, such as increased productivity and consumer demand, often offset localized job competition. In summary, while immigration can contribute to job competition in certain sectors, the overall impact on the UK labor market is complex and varies depending on the industry and region. Number 2. Healthcare system strain. The UK's National Health Service, NHS, has long been a point of pride for the country, offering free healthcare to all citizens and legal residents. However, in recent years, the NHS has faced significant challenges, including increased demand for services, staffing shortages, and budget constraints. Some critics argue that immigration has exacerbated these issues by adding to the strain on the healthcare system. Immigrants, particularly those who arrive in the UK through family reunification or asylum processes, may require healthcare services upon arrival, contributing to longer waiting times and increased pressure on resources. Additionally, language barriers can complicate medical consultations and require the use of interpreters, further slowing down the system. On the other hand, immigrants also play a crucial role in the NHS workforce, with many doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals coming from abroad. Without these workers, the NHS would struggle to function effectively. In conclusion, while immigration may contribute to increased demand for healthcare services, it is also an essential component of the healthcare system's workforce. Number 1. Economic growth. Despite the challenges associated with immigration, it is important to recognize the significant contribution that immigrants make to the UK economy. Immigrants are often highly motivated to succeed and contribute to the workforce, filling crucial gaps in sectors such as healthcare, construction, and technology. They also contribute to economic growth by starting businesses, paying taxes, and increasing consumer demand. Research has shown that immigration can boost productivity and innovation, leading to long-term economic benefits. While concerns about job competition and pressure on public services are valid, it is clear that immigrants play a vital role in the UK economy. In conclusion, while immigration has undoubtedly impacted the UK in both positive and negative ways, it is essential to consider the broader context and recognize the valuable contributions that immigrants make to society. The UK's future success will depend on finding a balance between addressing the challenges associated with immigration and harnessing the opportunities it presents.